All right. So, technical difficulties again, but it looks like my microphone is working, so huzzah! Still, we're more or less on time, which is great. Welcome, everybody, to the Bear Pen. I'm Adrian Bear, your storyteller for this evening, and we are playing a Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle set in the city of New Orleans. Before we get started, as I did beforehand, but there was no sound, I do want to give a big thank you to a few people. First would be Alex's mom, again, for the wonderful input that she helped us out with about the animated neon boxes being a little bit too much, which is something we want to make sure that it's not too much for people to look at. So we have changed up our background there and our screen. So thanks to my wonderful friend Dominic for helping me out with that. You'll be able to see Dominic on our Dungeons and Dragons stream, which will take place on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Taiwan time. But our Vampire the Masquerade stream will happen on 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time every Sunday. For me, it's the wonderful time of 5 a.m. in the morning, which is great. All right. Another thing that I did want to plug today as well is if you are enjoying the music that is in our intro video for this particular chronicle, make sure to head to soundcloud.com and check out Super Simple Side Dish. Super Simple Side Dish. It is the band of my wonderful friend Lance Thomas, who has given us the intro music for this, but this song existed a lot longer than our show has existed, so either way, it's good music. Check it out. The next thing that I do want to say a big thank you to as well are a couple of other people within the tabletop RPG industry, namely Vancouver by Night, who has been doing this really wonderful self-promo Saturday thing on Twitter. So, you know, if you want to get your chronicles and such out there, it is a wonderful thing that they've done for the community that everyone shares what they're working on, which is pretty nice indeed. So what we'll do now is go around and introduce our player characters, and if you have any socials that you want to plug or any projects that you're working on, feel free to do so. And we'll start at the top of our screen today with Harry.
Hello, I'm Ari. I'll be playing Elijah Smith tonight.
All right, excellent. And then we're gonna pop to our potentially new primogen, Alex. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and who you're playing?
Yeah, everything that happened last week's going to turn out fine. I'm Alex Hillman. I'll be playing Andre Bassett, and most of you probably know me from like Hunter's Entertainment, where I'm a project and community manager and developer and writer and all that good stuff. You can find me on Twitter at Alex Hillman. That's HUILMAN. And yeah, I'm not like super great at social media, but you can totally follow me. It's cool.
Fantastic. Next up, we have our wonderful Cassidy, and how about you go ahead and introduce yourself and the character you're playing?
Hi, my name is Cassidy, Awkward Cassidy _ on Twitter, and I am playing Sakura, and she is completely unbothered by what happened last week. It's all gonna go great.
Fantastic. Next up, we have the wonderful Kira. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Kira, 858, playing the Sweet Bean, caitiff, Sora. For those who don't know, I have a Twitch stream myself, Kira858. We have two D&D streams in place. One is currently operating every Saturday called It's Our World, where you'll see actor Adrian Bear and Zach as members of the game. We also have another stream coming up this upcoming Tuesday called Riverwood Academy, which is think of it as a Harry Potter Hogwarts type atmosphere. Like I said, it's going to be fantastic. and it's going to be happening Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You also can follow me on Twitter. It'll be on Kira619858, where of course you can keep up with my artwork as well as any new projects and content going. And looking forward to having a great time with the rest of these folks.
I am super looking forward to Rivenwood as well. It's going to be fun. Fun on the bone. Next up, we have Michael. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mike. I also go by Monolith, but my character here is Quinn Hamish, a half-blood. Sorry, a half-blood. A thin blood. And he's searching for vengeance. He's been growing into his skin a little bit more, learning about vampire society, and doing a little Breaking Bad on the side as he experiments with different blood types.
I'm sure there will be no consequences for that whatsoever.
Probably not. It'll be everything will be just fine, just like our new Primogen.
Smooth sailing all the way. Next up, we have my very first DM, Eliza.
Hey guys, so Glyza here. I will be playing Michaela, who is obviously a Toreador, no questions asked. Obviously a Toreador, her name is Michaela. And you can find me actually, I'm a podcaster on Classical Adventures for One. I'm also really active on Twitter as @ClassicalGlyza. Classical Adventures for One is a podcast where I read dramatically and also discuss those classic books dramatically. Well, not dramatically, the discussion isn't dramatic. It's just me talking about it. Season 2 is coming up in May, where I will be talking about Agatha Christie and all of her books, all of her, Hercule Poirot, Jane Marple, all of her series. So tune in on May at Classical Adventures 4. Thanks.
You guys should definitely check that out. As you can tell, Glyza has a wonderful voice, and if you want to hear some amazing books being read, why not? And then last up on our screen, my current DM and a wonderful, wonderful human being, Mr. Zach.
I will be playing Mr. Kenny Hardsmith, the La Sombra, that doesn't like being La Sombra. I will leave it there.
Excellent. Now, I am, as you can probably tell by the technical difficulties, still learning a bit about Streamlabs and all these other kinds of things. So eventually I will have bots set up to be able to do this. But I believe if you click on our banner on Twitch, you should be able to go to our Discord. Feel free to join us at the Honeypot, where you can interact with various people. And, we're just a happy community there. Occasionally, if people are having games that they'd like to play, we have a Let's Play section. So, it's potential that you can start up some board games or some of your own RPGs and interact with people and find some wonderful community members. And we are also available on YouTube, so any subscriptions and follows that you can give us there, any likes in the videos, help out the channel immensely. As you guys probably know, to get your own custom URL, you need to get up to the 100 subscriber point. So hoping to reach that so we can get our custom URL, which will be great. And as Kira mentioned as well, if you want to check out our D&D game that is on Kira's channel, you can also check that out on YouTube as well. Make sure to give a subscription and follow there too, because custom URLs are tight. All right, so without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and start our intro.
He's always looming over you. Passing judgment.
Oh. Welcome back, everybody. Let's dive in. The day is bright and shining. Crowds are gathered around. This is a joyful occasion. Fathers, mothers, sons and daughters, all joyously watching the occasion as the motorcade travels along the road, preceded by various motorcycles. People are enjoying themselves. This is a happy time, a time of celebration. Somewhere, as the car turns, a father stops to pick his young son up and put him on his shoulders so he can watch the procession with greater ease. A little ways off in the crowd, some police officers stop to help a man that appears to be having some form of seizure, and a few members of the crowd try to help out this man and see if there's anything they can do. However, in large part, most of the attention of the crowd is fixated on the motorcade that is traveling along the road. As the car turns a corner, you can see that there are 4 figures within the car. A driver, a man in the front seat, a man and a woman in the back seat. The man in the back seat is waving to the crowd, as is the woman. There are a few looks from the crowd as they hear a car backfire. It's momentary, but people think nothing of it. However, a few moments later, there are some shocks as the man in the back seat of the car seems to hold on to his chest. Panic begins to ensue. Few people are concerned and don't really know what's happening. Another shot rings out, seems to have missed the man in the car. Again, the crowd is beginning to panic. People are unsure of what is happening. A third shot rings out, seeming to have not struck anybody in the vehicle. A fourth shot. The man in the front seat turns to look at the man in the back seat, who seems to be clutching onto his throat. A fifth shot rings out. The man in the back seat slumps a bit forward. The woman next to him clearly concerned, and the police scrambling in the vehicles, trying to make their way to block the crowd or get to safety. The final shot rings out. The sixth shot. The man in the back seat's head slumps to the back and to the left. The woman begins scrambling across the back of the vehicle to the safety of arms of people who are there to take care of her. The world of darkness is not always a happy place. But that was a different day. This evening, it has been 4 nights since the new Prince of New Orleans held her Elysium. News is spread amongst the kindred community, and people are cautiously optimistic amongst some of the kindred, scared amongst others, intrigued amongst a number of them. But we open this evening at an art gallery in New Orleans. An exhibition is being held here. The artist is a woman by the name of Eloise. Her style of art is unique and refreshing. It's not the largest event at this point in time, but notoriety is beginning to spread. we open to a scene with our friend Elijah Smith, currently joining Eloise at the art exhibition. Drink in hand, busy appreciating the works that are around him. You look over and see that Eloise is currently discussing a few topics of interest with potential buyers, maybe investors. After a conversation, she walks up to you and lightly touches you on the shoulder. Evening, handsome.
Good evening, my darling. It looks like you're doing very well.
I hope so. You know, I'm not too sure about some of the pieces in this collection, but, you know, gotta get our name out there somehow, right?
As always.
I haven't seen you around for a few nights. Has everything been okay?
You know, been busy, have deadlines.
You know, one of these days, maybe we can think about doing a joint exhibition.
You know, I would like that.
I would too. Elijah, do me a favor and make a wits and awareness roll, please.
Two successes.
2 successes. This is not difficult to spot, as the figure within the crowd that you do notice catches quite a bit of attention herself. You see a woman in a wonderful low-cut white dinner, formal gown. It is tastefully sculpted to one side. Blonde hair, done expertly. She seems to be ingratiating herself amongst the crowd and having a few discussions with people. She catches your eye and walks to one of the other wings of the exhibition.
Is this someone I recognize?
Very much so. You met them for the first time when they introduced themselves during Elysium. This is your new prince.
He just leans down, gives Eloise a kiss on the cheek, and goes, I'll be right back. I need to go talk to.
Okay, I'll just be schmoozing, trying to get investors, I guess.
Save that piece in the corner for me. I'm gonna buy it.
She gives you a kiss on the cheek. All right. You wander off into another wing of the gallery, and you see Madeline Pierce busy admiring a piece of artwork. She seems to have a glass of champagne in her hand.
As he's walking, he finishes the glass, puts it down, grabs another.
Very good. You make your way to stand next to her, I assume?
Yeah, hesitantly to the side so that she sees him. Not quite all up to her, but just a little to the side.
Very good. She's quite still for a while. You can tell that she is fascinated and enraptured, as sometimes happens with Clan Toreador when they are observing pieces of artwork. After a moment, she does look to you and smiles. Oh, Elijah. It's wonderful to see you here this evening.
It's wonderful to see you again as well. Do I bow? This is bowing.
That's entirely up to you, my dear. But we're in a less formal setting, so...
mean, I never exactly know with princes, like, how formal they want to be.
That can be a problem, yes. But for now, it seems to be just us. So, please, be at ease. How have you been doing these past few nights?
Just splendidly. It's been a busy few nights.
I can imagine so. Come, walk with me. And she offers her arm to.
He takes it.
Alright. You
Find
feel.
somewhere to put the champagne glass down.
Alright.
So he doesn't accidentally spill it on her.
You walk through the gallery. There are people enjoying the exhibits, and she is scanning the crowd, looking around, enjoying the pieces, and she says, "It's a wonderful thing, don't you think? All of these living creatures in all their beauty, enjoying the beauty around them.
It's rare sight nowadays. Everybody seems to be go, go, go.
This is very true. I mean, I can't deny that I have my own share of things to attend to each night, as is the burden I bear for being the prince of the city.
I imagine you have your hands quite full.
I do. And what about you, Elijah? What keeps you busy on these long nights?
No, I find my ways to be entertained.
She stops at a particular piece that Eloise has constructed. It is mostly in grays and whites and blacks. The composition is designed to draw your eye up into a corner of the painting where you can see that a small balcony has been produced and a lone figure seems to be scanning a cityscape. Crowds below. The feeling evokes a melancholy and a feeling of isolation. But if you look down below to the crowds, there is more of a feeling of togetherness, not separation. Madeline looks at the piece and she says, "We live a long time, Elijah. A very long time, if we are lucky. I'm no stranger to entertainment myself, but I found that I needed to give myself purpose beyond simple entertainment. What gives you purpose, Elijah?"
Mostly my art. Occasionally people watching. They're fascinating.
They are fascinating.
Get to watch them in all of their day-to-day views. It's a nice square. Just down the way. Benches, just sit and watch them go by.
Would you like to know what gives me purpose?
Yes.
Pain, Elijah. Pain gives me purpose. I believe that pain is a way for us to understand ourselves and others. It is a universal truth, but it has a purpose to it. What do you imagine the purpose of pain is, Elijah?
I imagine it is being able to learn from what gives it to you.
She smiles and sort of taps you on the hand a little bit. Indeed. Pain is how we learn, makes us stronger and grow. I believe its ultimate purpose is to bring us closer to love.
Cannot have pain without pleasure.
I'm having a small gathering, which you might find intriguing. 2 weeks from now. It will be at Longview, and I would be very, very pleased if you would join us, Elijah.
I do believe that sounds interesting.
She smiles again. I'll take my leave. I have some other things to attend to on this night.
I hope you have a wonderful night.
Thank you. And she begins to make her way out of the crowd. Now, a little bit of housekeeping before we continue the rest of the evening. Would everyone please make their rouse checks for me to see how hungry you are this evening?
Oh, pass.
Thing so far.
Success.
Toreador is hungry.
Critical failure.
So you get hungrier this evening, Quinn.
So hungry.
Kayla is a success.
Hey,
A
but-
critical one, but a success.
I think I got up 200 points then.
Nope, just
Oh,
one.
just one.
Just one hunger point. Just one hunger point.
Not for me, or I also would have suffered, but I also got a beast roll. Luckily, they don't count on hunger.
They don't count for hunger.
So thirsty.
I'm so thirsty. All right. So, on this evening, the rest of you, we are going to transition to a little bit of a scene in the library that Michaela works. Sakura, you have been spending a bit of time with Michaela this evening and have brought your adopted child with you. Kenny is sitting on a bench near the desk where Michaela finds herself, swinging his legs back and forth, sort of tapping his hands on the counter. Sakura, you are nearby as well. Miss Michaela, what can I do here? Sakura said we're gonna come and play with Michaela for a while. I'm not sure. What can I do here?
Well, Michaela is working at the moment, but there's a lot of books around. And everybody knows books are like, the knowledge is power. You should get some more knowledge. Do you want me to show you around to the kids area? I can do that.
Okay. Miss Sakura, can we go read the books in the kids section?
Absolutely. Would you like me to come with you, or do you want to go with Miss Michaela alone?
You can come too. Maybe. How quiet is it here? Can we play there?
You can play there, but like in mute. Like, can you do that? Like, you can mute.
I mean, can I play there?
I mean, I don't. It depends. If there are kids there, maybe not.
If we find a quiet place and a good pop-up book, maybe we can.
Yes, it's a quiet place where there's no one around. Maybe we can.
Okay.
But if there are people, then maybe not.
And they might have some books on Pokemon too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'd like that. He takes your hands as you lead him to the children's section. At this time of night, there really aren't any kids around, so there are very few people around too. But you do find some university students and such that are in the area at the moment. Would the two of you kindly make me a wits and awareness roll, please?
That is a 1.
Okay.
3 successes.
3 successes. Michaela, you notice someone who is... it's not that they're out of place. It's that they are just exceptionally normal. Like, very, very normal. You would almost call them, like, boringly normal.
Normcore.
Yeah, like boringly normal. But what sort of sticks out about this normal person is that they do appear to be sort of rocking back and forth on their heels, and they're sort of expectantly, looks like they're waiting, and occasionally, they do look towards your assembled group.
As a librarian, I'm gonna just approach them and be all like, "Hey, is there anything I can help you with? Are you looking for books? Are you waiting for someone?"
So you hear a familiar voice come from this very normal-looking person. Oh, yeah, actually, I was waiting for you. I just didn't want to intrude on your free time.
What are you doing here?
We had, I came to deliver a message. I didn't want to go to the house in case Elijah decides to pull a shotgun on me again. It's one of those things. You know this man to be his voice, the Nosferatu that you have met, Stephen.
Stephen, you're kind of sticking out a little bit. You're normal, but you're like too normal. Especially for New Orleans. Can you fix it up a little bit?
I mean, I could probably, that's the whole point of this thing, is just to be real normal so that people, won't pay attention to you. I just think you've got a good eye or something. It must be those fancy Toreador senses.
Oh yeah, definitely the Toreador senses, of course. That's probably why I spotted it over everyone else, that Toreador sense that I definitely have. What is the message, Steven?
So anyway, I didn't want to bother Mr. Andre with this. I know he's busy with his things, but Peaches said that there's somebody that he'd like you all to meet, and I wanted to come here because I know you're working tonight, and we were wondering if we could bring this person to the house because it might be kind of a shock, maybe not, or if you wanted to meet somewhere else.
I would probably have to get back to you on that. I will text you. Do you have a phone number I can grab and text? Just to give you the go-ahead to... Basically, I need to talk to my team first. Like, the people who live in the house. I don't want to just be inviting people. Then Elijah will all be shocked and shoot people. You don't want that. So, let me just get a phone number from you so I can text you later.
Yeah. Of course. I'll give you the phone number. Hold on a moment. And he actually pulls a business card out of his pocket. But this business card is very interesting. It looks to be made out of metal. I was like, "Do you have your phone?"
Yeah, sure.
Alright, and he touches the card. He just touches the card to your phone, and you see that information has been loaded up into your phone. It is a saved thing.
Oh.
For those of you that are unaware, this is a new product that is actually a real thing that I've been seeing. People have these. I can't remember the company's name now, but they
I
are.
saw it on Kickstarter.
Yeah, it's really really cool. Like you can just have one metal thing that has your information, and you touch it and loads up the information on your phone. Very cool.
So, you know, Michaela is obviously impressed. And she goes, "Oh, they really do come up with all kinds of stuff nowadays."
I know, right? You know, I heard that my cousin Mickey, I mean, you know, not like a physical cousin, but like one of my cousins. You know what I mean?
I see.
A cousin. Apparently he's on the company that sort of is running this stuff. You know, of course, Mickey's kind of full of shit. So, you know, it could be nonsense.
Well, I mean, he probably isn't completely full of it if you have one. I don't. Is it? I don't know how you got it. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, you know, he did get me one, so maybe he's not full of
Maybe he
shit.
does work from there, you know. Anyway, I'll get back to you, Steven.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna take off. You know, I got some things to do tonight. I was thinking of, you know, taking on some unruly teenagers in Fortnite, because you know, I mean,
Yeah, I totally understand what that's about.
mhm.
I'm up to date with all the finagle stuff. Sure.
Sure. Good evening to you. And he sort of like waves to Sakura. Evening, Miss Sakura.
Hey, Steven!
All right. Hey, kid. And he sort of makes his way out there.
Alright, so I go back to Sakura and tell Sakura what Steven said, and I also send a group text to everybody on the phone because we apparently have a group chat. Informing them of what Steven had said.
Kenny Hartsmith, a question. How usable is technology for our Lasombra?
If int plus tech pool is 2 dice,
Will vary.
Okay. So you have a phone that works?
he has 2 dice. Whenever he makes a Bane severity roll. So, he has a Nokia phone if you would rule that works, but anything circa 2005 plus, probably not.
Yeah. Your Nokia, I would say, would probably stand the test of time. Those
T110.
Yep, I mean, you could throw that thing against a brick wall and, you know, they still work. So your 3310 is pretty good. All of you received this text message, and Elijah, you are perhaps busy, you know, enjoying the evening with Eloise when you receive it. Andre, I imagine this evening maybe you are at the university itself or busy at the labs. But all of you received this message from Michaela.
As soon as the message comes through on Elijah's phone, you get an instant no.
Auto reply.
What is the content of the message, Michaela?
So the message is Steven wants to bring somebody over to meet us based on Peaches wanting us to meet this guy. I know the only reason I'm texting is because I don't want Elijah to accidentally shoot anybody or on purpose please shoot anyone, but this is what Peaches has said. And then a smiley face.
Like a shot accidentally on purpose.
Exactly. Michaela used speech to text, so it comes as a wall of like just.
After the no, she gets a message that says, "You didn't say I could stab him."
Sora sends a message says, "Can I stay in my room?"
No.
It's all just no.
Yeah, just knows.
And the worst thing is he switches to the Russian keyboard and sends no that way.
I better bring a spare container for all the blood we're gonna have.
Penny spends roughly 2 minutes T9 scrolling through all of these messages and then sends back A.
Excellent. Will you all be making your way to the Coterie Haven?
Yeah.
I will ask. I will
Oh,
ask
I would be-
Ricky.
Go ahead.
I will ask Ricky if he wants to stay a little longer. If he wants to go back to the house.
I think I want to go back to the house, Miss Sakura. The books are nice and everything, Miss Michaela, but, Sora and I were supposed to have a tournament this evening, and
I totally understand. I'll go with you. I'll just tell them that I'm leaving early. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
okay.
And I text Steven back. That.
All right.
Though Elijah says no, it's still yes. So just come over.
And Sora will be remaining. I mean, he doesn't leave his room, so I mean, he's definitely at the locations, pretty much doodling as always. He's just like.
Very good. All right.
Now I have an excuse to not join, and we have a tournament.
I mean, yeah, you've been working on your Vulpix strategies. It's one of those things. All right.
So on the way to heading to the Haven, Andre's going to make a pit stop at the actual medical facility over on the campus and take a quick stroll through the ward there and see if he can find a suitable meal for himself quick before heading over.
Excellent. Would you make your hunting roll for me?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I think Elijah's gonna grab something before he heads home.
You two can make a hunting roll for me.
5 degrees to success.
Indeed, Andre, you managed to find a sleeping patient that is alone in a room. You're coming in to have a look at some charts, etc. And you get a quick snack. How much are you taking?
Well, since my proclivity is towards individuals who are on their way out, and I can already sense death about them, I'm going to go ahead and actually just raid them to death and clear out my hunger.
All right. You sink your fangs into the person that is asleep and on life support within this room. They were a patient that was actually suffering from potential multiple organ failure due to a car incident that had happened. And at this point in time, they wouldn't have long left anyway. The images that fill your mind as you are training this person of their last bit of vitae are images of time spent with a woman. You see rushes of what appear to be snippets of happy moments from what you would imagine is a honeymoon vacation in Paris. They are images of walks along the Champs-Elysees, and there is also a touch of sadness that filters in a little bit later in these images that is coming through your mind. You get the sense that the relationship did not end well.
Pull away from individual's neck and leaning close over top of them, lips just kind of brushing across their forehead, and say, "Find you a place that is yours, and the mortals that dwell there, let them be your sheepfold, let them be your cup, let them be your holy bread." Give a gentle kiss to the forehead, and pull the eyes shut if they were not already, and then leave the room and head for, get in my vehicle and head to the community.
Excellent. How was that hunting roll for you there, Elijah?
That was a 10 messy crit.
Damn. So you decide to stop on your way back from the Coterie Haven. I imagine you are making your way to a more high-rise bar that you frequent on occasion, a little bit more upscale, and you. What is Andre? What is Elijah's choice this evening of person that they have seduced?
Good question. Let me find my dice. Lady.
A what?
A lady.
Okay. You find a young woman. She introduces herself as Sandra, and you spend a bit of time chatting her up, putting on the Toreador charm. And it's not too long before you find yourselves making out in a bathroom stall in the bar itself. She is enraptured by you, and you sink your fangs into her neck, and the blood is sanguine. It is full of rich emotions. You are intoxicated by it, and you just want more and more and more, until you notice that you no longer feel a heartbeat. You can mark yourself at 0 hunger. Andre as well.
It's like, oh crap.
Sakura would text one of her like VIP fans that she has contact with to meet at her house and stop by there real quick at her apartment.
Excellent.
So knock off hunger as well.
Excellent.
Andre's getting a text that says, "I did an oops."
Just bring them to the haven. I'll take care of it.
Elijah, I would like you to make what shall we make this? Well, yeah, we can make that. Make me a charisma and subterfuge roll as you essentially weekend at Bernie's this woman's body out the door, pretending that she is drunk and you're helping her into the car.
Look supply.
Yes, but they might apply negatively. But no, looks will apply because, you know, people are like, oh, somebody's getting lucky tonight. So yes, looks apply.
5 successes.
Yeah, there are a couple of looks your way, but they seem to be looks of, you know, essentially people saying, nice. But, you know, you managed to get poor Sandra into the car. And Sakura, you do manage to get your meal as well from your fan base. How much are you taking this evening?
Just one.
Just one. All right. They are super happy to have this moment with Sakura. This fan of yours. I mean, it's just so great that I get to hang out with you sometimes. You know. by the way, I did buy the new line of fragrance that you put out there. It's really intoxicating.
It's sweet but not too sweet. You can get the eyeshadow because I have extras if you didn't get pick one up.
You know, I was going to, but it's kind of like I was just waiting for payday. You know, it's one of those things near the end of the month and all. It's one of, but it's on my to-do list. Oof, I feel a little dizzy. Do you have any orange juice?
I do, and she'll get some orange juice and an eyeshadow palette and a little goodie bag.
Oh my god! Oh, I'm gonna be. Oof, I think I need to take an Uber home.
One for you. I'll call you an Uber.
All right. After a while, you all manage to arrive back at the Coterie Haven. Elijah, you are bringing this person in the front door. Where are you taking Sandra?
Into his bedroom to put her in the bathroom.
Okay.
He's just like, don't ask. Carrying bridal style into the house, just like, he's flipped Daunt on. He's just like, get out of my way.
Excellent. Kenny, when you arrive home, where are you stationing yourself in the house?
He's probably gonna go up to his room.
Okay.
Does Elijah beat him there?
You did not stop on the way home, so I think you would be earlier than Elijah was. So.
Okay, so he is just genuinely flipping through some of the books he has in his room instead of looking for some words that might save Elijah. He'll just be generally flipping through books.
Yeah, you do hear the door open to Elijah's room because, you know, the house is a well-constructed but older house, so it's not, you know, it has creaks and noises, etc., which are audible, my goodness. Audible noises. How about our Quinn? Where are you in the house this evening?
I'll probably be sitting in the lounge, sipping on the last of this blood pack I brought with me. Need one more to top me off.
You will need to make a hunting roll eventually.
Yes.
Eventually, Sakura and Michaela are gathered together, and you are all. A number of you are in the living room. Andre, you make your way home, and you don't see Elijah in the living room currently, or in the common area.
Well, first of all, when I get there, I'm going to make sure that I park kind of in the back, trying to get as much obstruction around my vehicle as possible.
Okay.
When I don't see Elijah down in the main room, I'll look around. And has Elijah arrived yet?
I think he's in his room.
Of course. And I'll head upstairs and just rap on the door to the room.
Opens the door. He's mid-changing his clothes. Bathroom. I put her in the bathroom.
As per usual. And step in and go ahead and let Elijah continue getting together and head to the bathroom. Just immediately grab the body. Not really treating it with any kind of respect or reverence, just kind of slinging over the shoulder and making my way. What?
No, please, gentle. I don't want to get blood. If there's blood anywhere on the floor, this is carpet.
I'm sure there's not much left to be leaking around.
Still,
Do we hear this?
You can make a wits and awareness roll if you'd like.
Like,
I was
I'm
like,
in
I
my
was thinking of
room.
being-
I'm in like
Oh,
drawing
yeah.
mode, but
You are
I was
your
like,
You are up there.
oh yeah, I stay in my room unless I requested elsewhere. I am
Yeah.
in my room.
Kenny being in his room can also make a wits and awareness roll to see if he hears this.
And this was for anyone but at the house now?
You guys are downstairs, so it might be more difficult to you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
Michaela-
necessarily like yelling about it.
Michaela is not interested and doesn't want to know. So is physically like, you know, no.
4 successes.
4 successes.
I have 3.
3 successes. You can hear that there's conversation happening for sure. Kenny and Sora, you can hear the conversation is happening for sure. Kenny, you get a lot of the tone in it, where it seems to be, you are used to Elijah's tone of slight panic or uncomfortableness, and you are, used to Andre's tone of more like just normal conversation. So you can gather that something is happening. Sora, you do catch a little bit more of the conversation, and you do hear the bits about like getting blood on the carpet, etc.
Okay, so Sora's got his eyes kind of like darts back and forth. And then he looks over at his dog, which is a puppy, half German Shepherd, half Rottweiler. And he says, "What? What's happening?" And then he'll kind of like slowly creep open the door, kind of like pop his head out the side, Scooby-Doo style, just to see what he sees. And I'm presuming that's where he sees the dead body, per se.
Andre step out with a body. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway. What happened? Is she okay?
Everything's perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. You were supposed to be downstairs.
I can. Well, let me see. Maybe I can do something.
Andre's just gonna keep walking, not pause to allow Sora to do it.
Oh. Okay.
Kenny goes. Oh, sorry. Kenny goes with his eyes closed to shut his door specifically.
Elijah's standing there in his
If he
jeans.
doesn't know about a thing, he can't repent for it. He's actively not trying to pay attention to what's happening in the hallway.
Understood.
Elijah's just standing in the doorway with the jeans with a t-shirt in his hand. He looks at Kira and goes, "I'm gonna get dressed. You better be downstairs, because if I come out and you're not downstairs, I will get that YouTube video and take your door off the hinges." And goes back and shuts the door.
Wait. And he just goes, he goes into his room and he's like, "We're being summoned." And then he just puts his art supplies to the side, kind of like stashes his traditional paintings in the end. And he was actually working on a scene that's kind of similar to off the Disney Jungle Book, where he has like Mowgli talking to Bagheera. But there's definitely a little bit of essence of almost like his dog in Bagheera's illustration. So it kind of is like a self-insert in a Jungle Book type mentality. It's like 50%, but it's not fully there. And he just places it against the corner. And then after you put his clothes on and stuff like that, it works. Well, he always has his hoodies on, but some clothes. At least bring his sketchbook down as well as a piece of pencil. And he'll wait for the downstairs.
Excellent.
And be there, everybody.
Andre, as you are taking the body of Sandra down to the car, you do see that there is a couple of people, 2 people that are walking in the street. It seems to be a man and woman out on their way, and the woman sort of looks over and she speaks to the man with her, and then he says that, "Hey man, is she okay? Do you need any help?"
Oh, she's absolutely fine. I just need to get her home. She's had a little bit too much to drink at a party here. And I'm going to shut the vehicle door and actually directly walk immediately over to both of the individuals there. How are you doing this evening?
You can roll a manipulation and subterfuge there. You can add your specialty in for that.
I think as well. I also got to throw in a penalty here because I'm dealing with mortals. Yeah. All right. So I got to drop one.
So add one, drop
creepy.
one.
Because I'm creepy. 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. Oh man, I hope she's gonna be okay. Drinking too much can be bad for your health. My dad was a bit of an alcoholic, and it didn't turn out too well for him. We're doing okay. Hey, that's the Fontaine murder house, isn't it?
It most certainly is. And as I get up to them, I'm going to go ahead and, with the first individual, first and foremost, come to lock eyes and simply say, "Forget."
Being immortal, they cannot resist.
And how does the other one react with that happen?
She kind of looks. Forget what? Honey?
Oh, you seem a little dazed, sir. You might want to go ahead and head on out to the main road, and I will then look over to his wife. Forget.
Yeah, it takes a moment there, standing there, a little bit confused, and after a moment they sort of right themselves and say, "Oh, hey, good evening. Pleasant night to you." And they begin walking, and then he points over again to his companions, says, "Hey, that's the Fontaine murder house," and they keep walking.
I'll go ahead and head back into the house now at this point.
Excellent. All right. After a while, you are all gathering in the living room. Kenny, have you decided to come down and join them now that you are blissfully unaware of the...
Has the commotion passed?
The commotion has passed, yes.
Then yes.
Excellent. All right. You are all waiting downstairs in the living room, and Ricky is no longer camouflaged as he usually is, and you are all aware of this, but for those of you that are joining us, a lot of this happened off stream when we were doing our prologue. Kenny is a young Nosferatu boy, but he is quite severely he was quite severely affected by the embrace. His skin is very patchy and leathery, and almost midnight black and bumpy. He has his head elongated, and you can't really see where his eyes are, but they are there. And he has a very sharp set of teeth in his mouth. He is, by all accounts, you would judge that he might have been 6 or 7 years old during the embrace. As yet, the coterie is still not entirely sure of exactly how he came to be, but there have been a few helpful inquisitions made, not second inquisitions, inquiries is the word I'm looking for, helpful inquiries made with the help of a Tremere advisor to Annette Dubois, a woman by the name of Jezebel. The details of which she has been working on for quite some time, as it has been more than the year that Kenny has been within your care. When Sakura, when Ricky has been within your care, as Sakura decided to take the accounting, and so that Kenny could. I'm saying Kenny again, so that it's the Y sound at the end that's tripping my brain up, so that Sakura could take the accounting for Ricky, so that he could remain with you all. But he has a happy smile on his face, and he's waving to Sora, and with his little clawed hands. Hey, Sora, do you think we're gonna get a chance to? And as he's speaking, you hear a ding dong.
Oh, I want to. He kind of looks over at Elijah. Can I go?
Elijah's got a cigarette in his mouth and he's got some whiskey in a actual coffee mug because he was too lazy to get a proper cup, and goes, "No, if I have to suffer, you have to suffer."
Oh, this hurts the soul. I think I still have one.
You hear
Okay.
You hear a knock on the door as well, and another ding dong.
Sakura will put up Sense the Unseen because she has made this mistake before, and then go open the door.
Sakura, roll it for me quick.
It is 3.
3 successes. You are used to this sight by now, but this evening your house guest, shall we say, seems to be looming up by the ceiling, floating mid-air. Her hair is, it looks to be very stringy and very, very sort of dark. And you can see that in her hand, she is carrying what looks to be some form of hatchet that looks as if it has a bit of gore in it. And she is just looking at everyone assembled.
Sakura will give a thumbs up at the ghost and just go open the door.
All right. And as Sakura opens the door, we're going to go ahead and take a little break. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for joining Blood on the Bayou. I unfortunately keep forgetting to do this, but I will remember next time. There is a mature content warning for the stream. I understand this is mid-stream, so I apologize for that, but there is a mature content warning on the stream. There are steps that we have taken to ensure that certain things which party members might feel uncomfortable with exploring will not be included in the Chronicle. So don't worry about that. If you are running games and RPGs, I would personally suggest that you work with your players and just see what sort of things they might be uncomfortable with exploring, and don't include those in your games, guys. It's easy peasy. You know, it takes 5 seconds to ask someone, hey, would you fill in this consent form for me? It's pretty easy. But otherwise, we are going to take our break here. We will see you all in around 15 minutes, and we hope that you have been enjoying the stream so far. Thank you to all the new followers, by the way, and to everyone that's been following the channel. I'm glad you guys are appreciating what you're watching. We'll be back in a short amount of time. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Blood on the Bayou, episode 2, where we left off. Sakura has just opened the door. Standing in front of you, Sakura, you see a figure that is dressed in a very sort of like ratty kind of black hoodie, and they are dressed in sort of very baggy flowing black pants. They currently have the hoodie up, and their head is down, so their face is somewhat obscured. However, with your sense the unseen up, that's a new presence power, guys. Sense the obscene.
It's not inaccurate.
There's a couple people that are gonna start lighting up like bonfires.
Sure, it's not a hunter power.
Elijah lights up like a Christmas tree.
The sense the unseen. This person is radiating with a very interesting energy. It is nothing like you have seen before. You've not experienced this energy. The person in front of you still has their hood lowered, and they say to you, This is the Fontaine murder house, right?
Do I recognize the voice?
You do not.
Okay. And is Stephen with him? Because I thought Stephen was coming with him. Oh, okay. So then I would just... It is. Who are you?
I'm the person that Peaches sent to come speak to everybody. Okay.
Yes, come on in.
Thank you. I want to get up the street as quickly as possible. You let them in, and they close the door, and as they walk in, you notice that the method in which they are walking is very odd. Very, very odd. So, which way do I go?
The living room's right in here. That's where everyone's gathered. So just come in here. Mind the ghost.
Is it safe here?
What's your definition of safe?
This person still hasn't looked up. Is it all right for me to be myself?
I mean, depends what yourself is, but I'd say if you're referring to like Steven, yeah, perfectly cool.
I don't know Steven.
How do you not know Steven? Okay, well, what are you? Let's start there. Peaches recommended you, so I assume you're something.
I say, it would be easier to show you.
Okay, come on in.
They come on in, and they remove their hood, and what you see before you is a face that is distinctly rat-like. It is large and, sort of has a pointed snout and these ears that are pointing up. And you now see that this person, where it appeared before that they were, had normal hands and such, that image has disappeared. And you can see that there are these rat-like appendages, and you can see that out the back of the pants now, you can see that there is a very thick, long, rat-like tail that is protruding.
When he drops it, does his like aura drop too, or is the aura still there?
The aura is still there.
Okay. So Sakura will go over to Andre and just very quietly whisper, like, he's lighting up like a Christmas tree.
Andre's gonna kind of give him a quick once over here. So your Peaches contact.
Yes.
Fantastic. I look forward to what you can illuminate for us.
Very good. So, can I come into this living room?
Of course.
They do sort of make their way inside. And from what everyone is seeing, this would be a shock to quite a lot of you, especially Quinn. You're just getting used to the fact that vampires are a thing. And now you see what essentially looks to be a giant rat man.
Well, I mean, I guess I've already seen some other Pokemon. I guess we got to catch them all, right?
I'm not a Pokemon.
Is Ricky down here?
Ricky is down there.
How is Ricky reacting?
Ricky is if it was possible to see his eyes be really wide and big, then you would be seeing that, but it's not really possible. But he's kind of looking up.
I figured he'd like this.
So,
Come on, Ricky, cut it out. We got some business to attend to.
Peaches says you need to find the Baron. Yes.
Quite imperatively.
Good. Peaches will pay me for this directly. Very good. If anybody wants to, they're welcome to make a intelligence and occult roll to see if they have any idea what this person is.
What if you don't have a cult?
Then just intelligence.
I'll take
If
it.
you're smart enough to
I'll take it.
figure it out.
4 successes.
I'll rouse for this one.
3.
One success.
I got a 3 success.
2, 2, 2, 9, 2.
All right. So those with 3 and 4 successes, you have heard of these beings existing. Perhaps you've read some texts about them before. They are somewhat related to the Fae. They are somewhat related to the Guru. They are Ratkin. They have other names as well, but essentially they are a little bit in between. A lot of them were hunted by the Guru during the wars way back when and exterminated. So there are not a lot of them left, but they are known to be very good information brokers. So he's difficult to find, the Baron, but I have done some scouting around, and I think I know his current whereabouts. Yes.
Slim, would you be able to take us there?
Yes, Peaches has paid me to take you there. It is a little bit of a journey. Do you all swim?
Swim.
Yes.
Elijah doesn't answer. He just downs the rest of his whiskey. Just fills the cup up again and just starts drinking again.
There's
Ezra is
no
quiet,
boat.
but looks very annoying.
There's no boat. Just swimming.
There is a boat, yes, but if you fall off, it is dangerous. So do you swim?
Wait, swimming is less dangerous than taking the boat?
Both are dangerous. Swimming is more dangerous.
Okay.
I have not tried. Maybe. You shrug.
Good. We we have a boat. I can take us. We can get there. It is deep within the bayou, but the land is protected.
By what?
Oh, there are various beasts and various what shall I call them? Shape changers, dangerous ones.
Already the panic starts to set in Sora's eyes. It says, "We have to do this. It's dangerous."
Don't worry, Sora. We have a boat. It's okay. Here. Look, Sora. See if you can dodge this wrench.
What?
Stop.
Why?
See if you can dodge this wrench.
Quinn,
See if you can.
make a Dix and firearms roll.
It's gonna
I
throw a
think
wrench.
it'd be melee, wouldn't it? I think. I don't know.
You're throwing it, so I'm gonna go
Yeah.
for firearms. Oh yeah,
Okay.
well yeah, we can go melee, sure. Dix and melee, sure. Sora, you can make a Dix and athletics roll.
All right. Well, luckily
Elijah
I
just
literally,
kind of
I
starts.
literally.
Yeah. One success.
Good.
No,
'cause
I
I literally. Go ahead.
Just moves the vase that's near him closer to him, just like no.
So I have a specialty in dodging, specifically for moments like this, in case folks decide to shoot me or throw stuff at me.
Fantastic.
So can I be able to use that in this circumstance?
Of course.
Of course.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Where are you throwing your wrench at?
We'll see.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 success.
Sora
See?
is like lightning.
Beautiful. See? If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a shape changer. It's fine.
I don't think that tracks.
The range,
I'm a scientist. It's science.
however,
Nothing here is science.
does not stop moving by hitting an object. It stops mid-air. And
Ooh, fancy.
it comes flying back at Quinn.
Uh-oh.
Make a Dex and athletics roll. Sakura, you can see clearly that your house
Yeah.
guest has caught the wrench and is throwing it at Quinn.
2 successes, 1 critical success. Well, 3 successes, 1 of them was a critical success.
Yeah, so in V5, the crits you need 2, and then it will count as 4 successes.
Oh, okay, so you need 2 10s and then it would count?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so it's 3 successes.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you managed to avoid it, but it does hit the corner of the couch that you're on, and Sakura, you see your house guest sort of scowls and floats through the ceiling.
Sakura claps because that was amazing. Because she got to watch a ghost catch a wrench and throw it back.
Yeah.
So she is just in hysterics.
Told you, sorry, you gotta watch out for those shape changers. You never know when they're here.
They're here?
You didn't see him? He's gone. That's why the wrench came flying back at me.
They
Sure,
can't be.
sure,
How would
that's
they find
fine.
a place?
This house is haunted. Are you aware of this?
Oh, the ghost.
We know.
Very good. The shape changers seem to have mild command of some of the beasts in the water. So if you can swim, it is good. If you can stay on the boat, it is better.
I'll stick to the
I'm
boat.
pretty good when it comes to talking to animals. Maybe I could talk to them and maybe get them not to hurt us.
Good. Maybe this one will live. Excellent.
I'd really prefer to not go in the water. This is not waterproof. None of this is waterproof. It would be so hard to fix if I fell in the water.
Then stay on the boat and be respectful of the beasts. Will you be wanting to leave tonight?
Anybody have plans?
Is there something we should bring, like, to prepare? Life jacket?
Yes, if you have a good plan. Life jackets are a good plan. You can bring some weapons, but be respectful.
You do realize you don't have to breathe, right, Sora? There's no fear of drowning.
Oh yeah, we don't need that. Okay, so no life jacket.
I mean, the bright orange life jacket may serve as a distraction for everybody else, though. So.
Oh,
You're
and
feeling
it can help us
charitable.
float. It can
Yeah.
help us float.
Yeah.
So if we fall
Why do
over,
you
we
think the
can.
bright pink person is worried about falling in the water?
We'll get her some camouflage. It's fine.
Just wear a dark colored hoodie and put it up over your head.
I'm
Why would you do
beginning
that?
to worry a little bit about the amount of energy that y'all are putting into what's going to happen if you fall off the boat. I think you should take that energy and maybe put it into staying on the boat.
This one is smart. Yes. Pink one. Do not worry. I have several hoodies if you wish to borrow.
Thanks.
It looks nice. And he clearly looks at the hoodie because they have like pretty much matching decor. The only difference is he has a bandana on.
Like built-in bandanas and all those hoodies.
I like your style.
This one is unaccustomed to sarcasm.
It's not sarcasm. And then he points at his clothes, which looks pretty much like the exact same thing. And he's like, it's like we shop at the same store.
I found these in a dumpster.
Oh. Well.
Elijah just straight shoots the rest of the whiskey, puts the cup down, and it's like, I need to go change my shoes.
Very good. It will be maybe 2 hours on the boat to reach the location.
After he says he found it in the dumpster, just a thing. Michaela looks at Sora and is like, did you hear that? You have dumpster clothes. You need to get new clothes, Sora.
I like these clothes. Yeah. But, I mean, and I didn't get mine from a dumpster. I got these for H&M. They're only like $8. Unless H&M got it from a dumpster.
I may
I mean,
offer a suggestion. Your kind does not do well in daylight. Perhaps it might be wise to bring sun bags if you have them.
Wait, what time is it? Actually, like, now that we're talking about it.
It's around 9:30, 10 p.m.
It might not be safe to go tonight. It's already a bit late.
Yes.
But we might be there for a while. Should we still just bring... Do we have some bags?
Sure.
You now.
get yourself a nice thick black trash bag. You'll be fine.
Pretty much, yeah.
The thin blood clearly doesn't understand how the sun works.
Oh man. Well, it's nice because then all your ash is in one place for you, and you.
This is true. This is true. So the individual says tomorrow night is acceptable for this one.
Where are we going again? I mean, why are we going there again? I don't think we've discussed that. We just talked about. You just asked me if we could swim,
right.
and then we're just like got obsessed about
Michaela,
swimming.
I
thing.
forgot. I forgot you weren't in our meeting. We got a bit of a job from the prince.
Ah. Okay.
Or
Yeah,
both.
sure.
More accurately, Andre did, but we're all just kind of going.
I see. All right, cool. Just making sure.
He's gonna be the new Primogen.
Oh, cool.
Is this an ice cream flavor?
Primogen,
It should be.
it's delicious.
As he's coming down the stairs, Elijah goes, "Yes, it's very boring."
Oh! Kidney shot.
This one cannot eat ice cream. It is lactose intolerant.
That beats the reason most of us can't eat ice cream.
So this one will meet you tomorrow night.
Sounds good.
Good.
What is your name? I don't think we got that.
You may call this one Carlisle.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Carlisle.
Yes. Good to meet you too. This one will take its leave now. And he puts his hoodie back up, and you see that the clothing apparel does change to mask the presence of the tail, and the hands look as if they are normal human hands, but still the hoodie is up in its face is kind of obscured.
Andre will stand and walk him to the door.
Okay. He proceeds to the door, and good evening to you.
Good evening to you as well.
And he disappears into the night. It's very shortly after leaving the stairs, Andre, you witness that he just doesn't seem to be there anymore.
Fascinating. Shut the door and walk back by the living room, kind of adjust the vest, button it up, and say, "Well, I have some matters to attend to this evening. I expect to see you all tomorrow." And he's going to immediately just beeline for the back door of the car.
Understood. Understood. What are the rest of the coterie doing for the remainder of this evening?
Sakura would do a little bit of research into the swamp creatures, basically by asking Twitter, because that's her her best method. So basically send out a tweet thinking of doing a series on the creatures of the swamp. What do you guys know? And see what she gets back. Filter through that.
Michaela's gonna go back to the library and see if she can find anything about swamp creatures there.
All right. So yeah, go ahead.
Do some info searching on shape changer, because he kind of knows a little. Yeah, I guess he knows about Ratcan, but he's kind of curious what other shape changers he could be referring to.
Elijah's going back upstairs to finish something before the deadline hits, because it's probably very close.
Excellent.
I'm going to consult with my vamp daddy about acquiring. That's right. About my new vamp daddy, tech newish. About acquiring more blood for research. That would benefit both of us.
We'll get to that conversation in a second, because that seems like an excellent conversation. I just want to tell the others what their roles can be quick. So Sakura, I would say you can roll your. I know this is strange because you're doing it online, but you have an online presence. So I'm going to ask for charisma and technology. To just see, you can phrase the tweets or however you want, basically, just but charisma and technology. And Michaela, I will have you do let's go for intelligence and academics. You are studying literature, so you can add your specialty into that. And Sora, I'm looking for the right window. Okay, Sora, how are you doing your research, Sora, is my question.
But I know he has like books and stuff on like occult related content because of his diving into Wakanda. So I'm presuming his library is nowhere near like Glyzo, but I'm presuming he's taking a look at some of his books to see if he can find anything.
Excellent. Intelligence and occult for you.
Okay.
I have rolled already, and I've gotten 4 out of 5 successes.
Okay.
I also got 4, but mine was out of 7.
All right. All right. Well,
Just 3 successes for me.
okay. So, Michaela, we'll start with you. You find there are several books within the library that detail myths and legends and such about various different shapeshifters in the world. There are the obvious stories of werewolves. There are stories that come from Indonesia as well, which deal with were-tigers. There are a lot of legends that surround different cultures, things such as, there is the concept of skinwalkers, which is from more Native American culture. There are you find like a lot of historical sort of details on myths and legends and such. This library is not the kind of library that is set up to have super old occult books and such, because it's more like a public kind of library. But you find a lot of information about various different shape changers across the world. And with 4 successes, you do find a few myths and legends relating to New Orleans as well. There are stories that people have about folks that swear that they have seen alligators turn into men. So there are myths and legends about that as well. Sakura, through different sources, people are eager to please and want to send you some cool information. So you get a lot of stuff which is like animes relating to shapeshifters. There's people like, have you seen Beastars? It's amazing. But you also get like documentaries and stuff sent to you, videos on YouTube and things about various different shapeshifters that might exist within the world. A lot of them are along the lines of like, could it be possible that they live among us? That kind of thing. But you get similar information, just in a different way than Michaela gets. Sora, you said 3 successes?
Yep, that's right.
Okay. The most obvious thing that you get in the few books and such that you do have, which were given to you by your sire to sort of study a bit more interesting things, and you've treasured these books and carried them with you. The most obvious that it mentions to you in those books are the Guru, which commonly would be werewolves. It details that the Guru have their own structure in society, and it goes into how they are. This specific tome is written more by vampiric scholars, so it goes into how that they are exceptionally deadly, and it is advised to avoid them at all costs. However, there are sometimes ways that you can deal with them in terms of if enough respect is being shown to the land and such. they seem to have less hatred towards Clan Gangrel. That's the kind of information you get out of your book there. And as the others go back upstairs and Elijah works on his project and Sakura and Michaela and Sora are doing their research and Andre's disposing of a body, Quinn and Kenny are left within the living room.
Kenny would have actually immediately went up to his room, so I don't know if Quinn is following him there or...
Well, if I wanted to have a conversation, I would be.
Okay. He tells you to wait at the door for a minute.
Very well.
About a minute later, he calls out, "Come in." As Quinn walks in, he has a Sig Sauer P229 sitting on his lap with a silencer to the side, and is using a gun cleaning kit on it.
Oh, oof. It's a relief. I thought you were going to be in like a red velvet robe with a cigar.
No. Nah, I'm just getting ready for tomorrow evening. Did you need something?
I just wanted to discuss with you a prospect that may be good for the both of us. I found some interesting things that I'm able to do. I've been experimenting with blood. Some of it vampire, some of it human, to various effects. I seem to be able to emulate to a certain extent the supernatural powers that some of which I have, but some of which I don't have, some of which I've seen others use. And I feel like we could, I can put them in a bottle so you can use it later. It's great. But unfortunately, I can only, acquire so much blood by myself, and even with, some of the lab techs that I have who aren't all completely aware of what they're doing, it proves to be a little daunting in the blood acquisition department. I was curious about something we might be able to do together, or if I might be able to get your help in maybe advancing this venture to our mutual benefit.
That does seem like an interesting prospect. I'm just a bit surprised.
Oh, I've had a lot of free time. It's been about a year since I got down here, and I've been learning things.
Oh, no, you seem to be misunderstanding me. I thought you had come here to explain to me why you started throwing a wrench unprovoked around our living room at our coterie members.
Oh, no. He seemed a little nervous. I wanted to see if I could, just a reaction to try and shore up his confidence in himself.
Interesting. It sounds almost like he's mimicking Andre when he says that. Well, I do suppose that I might be able to be of some assistance in that department. How much were you thinking that you needed in an immediate sense? I had a relatively lucrative deal on the last time that I had found a stash.
Oh, well, it's a good question. I'm going to have to, I guess, assess my remaining supply and figure out where we go from here.
And you said it involved a couple of different types of blood. Were you looking to find mortal or kindred blood in the immediate?
Well, I've been I've been experimenting with both ends. Usually the kindred blood tends to be a little easier to get favorable results with, but mortal blood isn't useless. I mean, in the end, if the mortal blood doesn't produce the results I want, still drink it.
I see. Well, how has bagged blood served you on that particular front?
Bagged blood is great. It's great. I'm not the best at finding it, but you know, I have a few sources. Usually I have to pay. Usually I just wind up buying it. I'm not the greatest at hunting down. I don't know a lot of people in this city, specifically, to be able to hook me up with it for free. So then, having to get it under the table.
Kenny goes over to his fridge and pulls out 3 of his bags that he has stashed away. He pokes a straw through one of them and starts drinking it, and holds out the other 2 to Quinn.
Oh, well. Thank you, sir.
Now, under the terms of the Camarilla, sires are afforded some measure of autonomy when it comes to their children. So you are aware, I am intending this to be payment in exchange for a consultation the next time you intend to attack one of our coterie members unprovoked.
Attack is such a strong word, but yeah,
a person that is incidentally hit by a wrench might feel differently about that.
Well, it's okay. It didn't hit him. He's pretty spry.
Was there anything else that I could help you with this evening?
No, sire. That was all I wanted to inquire about. Holding up the blood bag. Thank you very much.
I will see about inquiring into a more consistent supply.
We'll be breaking bad in no time.
I do not know what that means.
Me either.
Well, fair enough.
Turns and steps and leaves the room.
Very good. Elijah, you are upstairs busy working on your projects, and unprovoked, sight starts to come upon you. You are standing on a field. Behind you, the ground is barren and dark. There are desiccated trees, a few odd scrubs of grass on the horizon. In front of you, there appears to be a gate made out of solid fire. Large walls surrounding each side of the gate that seem to be made out of plant material. They seem to be glowing with a very intense light. The fiery gate burns brightly in front of you and seems to get brighter and brighter and brighter until nothing but the fire encompasses your vision, and suddenly you're back to your senses.
He's kind of got his stylus in his hand. He's looking around. What the hell? I need more whiskey. You get out of my bathroom. Messy gets up to go get more whiskey. You dribble blood in there. and I swear I will make Kenny exercise you. I feel like he can do it.
She crab walks backwards up the wall and then sinks through the ceiling.
You know that's not scary anymore.
Andre, where are you heading this evening with said body?
So heading back to one of Andre's numerous abodes that he's established now in the city. Specifically, we're going to head to the lab over at Tulane University. Andre needs to get a little work in on the body before dropping it at the morgue.
What sort of work?
Specifically, we're going to be taking care of a few identifying facets of the body.
I
Remove
understand.
the ability to discern who exactly this body belongs to. We'll be looking to damage both dental records and also fingerprints on the individual.
I understand, I think. One moment, please.
And hopefully make their face less recognizable.
All right. I believe you understand what to do.
Yeah, I know what to roll here.
Excellent.
All right, so that is 6 with a crit.
You are able to complete all of your work, and you do see that the young woman in question did actually have a small purse, which was hidden inside her brassiere. And you remove that, and you do find a driver's license in there, social security card, and a couple of credit cards and such. She was known as Sandra Elise Germain. By all accounts, she was 23 years old.
Kind of take a look over the documents there and open up pull out a set of keys from my pocket and open the lock on a drawer in the desk in the office, and I'll slide the items in there, close it back up, and lock it. Once I've finished up all of my work, I'll go ahead and take the body back out of the applied genetics lab and head over to the medical center, and specifically to the autopsy theater, and get the body in there and prep a bit of documentation to basically get the ball rolling on the process and address a few various concerns up front and provide context that is non-masquerade breaching.
Understood. You are able to do this. It's not your first day on the job. You're able to
Probably not
accomplish
even my
this.
first time helping Elijah.
Probably not. Probably not. Sora, you are in your room researching, and you do hear a little knock and a voice. Sora, can we have our tournament?
I'm presuming I completed my studies by this time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in that case, he's like, "Oh yeah, sure." Hey, look over. It's like, okay, this could be very rare. Wait, do we normally play? Where do we normally do it at? In the outside or?
It depends on the level to which you want to go. If you're going miniatures, you would do it. You could do it anywhere. If you want more full-sized ones, you'd probably do it in the back courtyard.
Yeah, we probably go to the backyard. Okay,
All
so
right.
he was like, "Okay, I'll meet you outside." Yeah, so we'll go out to the back courtyard and
All right.
start the tournament.
If
So
Sakura sees Ricky running outside, she'll yell, "Just make sure no one's watching!"
okay. Kenny and Sora
And you just see
proceed.
Sora's
Ricky.
follow suit.
I keep saying Kenny. I'm sorry. It's that Y sound is tripping me up every time. Ricky and Sora proceed to have a wonderful Pokemon battle in the backyard with various different stages, various different stages to the tournament. Ricky's gift for chemistry coming in quite handy here. No one seems to be watching, and you enjoy a quite enjoyable night. The rest of you eventually begin to make your way to bed as the sun begins to take you for your day sleep.
Would I know how to? I would know how to gain other disciplines and such, right?
Yes.
He will look towards Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "So, how about this? Because I like to do what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is really cool. And I'm going to tell you a secret that very few people know. I can, heal people."
Okay.
So, how about we switch? You teach me how to do this, and I'll teach you how to heal people.
How do I teach people?
So it is weird. So how it works, if I remember correctly, I have to drink your blood, and then you have to drink my blood, and then we can do the stuff. I think that's how it works.
It sounds weird, but okay.
Okay, all right, give me 1 second. And then
let me just double check something here. I just want to check the where it falls under. Okay. Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
wait.
Yeah.
Oh no. This is probably not good. Oh, I really want to, but I shouldn't. Because it could get dangerous. He kind of pushes it back. He literally pouts, and then he sits back into his chair. He's like, "Oh, wow, it's hard. This is so hard." Never mind. I'm sorry. I should have brought this up.
Okay. I mean, sure. But I could teach you if you want. I don't mind. If I know how. I mean, I could try. But if you don't want to, that's okay.
Well, I mean, I don't want to. Nah, I would like to, but so there. Okay, so this is a secret. This is a secret. You can tell nobody. He'll hold out his pinky, right?
Okay.
So you have to pinky promise. Okay. So, I'm very different from many people. Like even in the building, almost nobody know. I'm very different. And if somebody drinks my blood, it could be very, very, very bad. Very, very bad. So, that's why I said we should do it because I forgot about that. I was so excited about, yeah, we could do this, and then I could teach you how to heal, because I think healing is very important because it brings life and joy to others. But then I forgot about that side, and then it just sucks. It sucks really bad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, keep this a secret, okay?
Okay.
Okay. But thank you. We'll do this again. I promise. We'll do this again.
Okay. That'll be fun.
Okay.
You'll probably win next time.
Yeah, you're getting much better at this. You have more time. That's why Elijah keeps dragging me out of my room on these crazy experiments and getting me in dangers. I just want to look at the Pokemon cards and see what Charizard can do, because you're getting all the extra time. I'm kind of getting left behind.
Yeah, Miss Sakura got me that Switch thingy, and it has like a couple of games in them.
She didn't give me one? I'm knocking on her door when I see her. Why she get you one? I didn't get one. Oh my. I could have drew something for her and we can make an exchange. An exchange of goods.
Sounds like she'd give you one. I mean, sure. Okay. Well, I'm getting tired, Mr. Sora. I'm gonna go to bed.
Alright, I'll talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Alright. And it was head to his room. He just like slouched next to his dog. And just like, being a celebrity sucks sometimes.
All right. Well, all of you managed to find your rest for the day's sleep. And the following night, you have something to accomplish. And I believe that that's a very good ending point for today's episode. Thank you all for joining us on episode 2 of Blood on the Bayou. Thank you very much to all my cast members. You guys are fantastic. And thank you to all the new followers that have jumped on here. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. If you did miss any of this, the VOD will be up for quite a while, I believe. I think Twitch holds on them for like a month or so. Other than that, you can get us on YouTube as well. If you search the Bear Pen, hopefully it'll come up by now. If you would do us a great favor with YouTube, regardless, would you give us a subscribe and maybe give a like to the videos? It helps us out immensely. We can get to that 100 mark and keep going. So it'll be great. It'll be great. Thank you again to everybody. Be good to each other. Have an awesome Sunday. And goodbye.
Bye.